All right, let's do a CSS battle. What do we have today? Interesting. The background. Well, part of the background is going to be this color, which is not quite white. How do I want to do the rest of it? These two things, these two the two horizontal shapes, that one goes from 90 to 140. This one goes from 180 to 230. That means both of them are 50 tall, but of different widths. So box shadow with shrink's not going to work well. Um, I mean, conic gradients are good at making boxes, as Joe Crawford knows. He's kind of king of conic gradients. I could do a conic gradient, adjust the size and position, and do another conic gradient for the bottom piece. And I mean, technically, I could do a conic gradient for the tall piece as well. So I could do it all as one element, or I could break it up over multiple elements. I don't know which I'm going to do. I'm going to start by styling the HTML because I got to do something. So I'm going to say conic gradient, and it's going to go from transparent 75% to the dark blue 25%. Okay, now I need it to be further that way for me, probably the opposite for you. Further that way. So I'm going to say at 75%, and this probably isn't going to be right, but it's going to get me started. Now, right now, I'm seeing it both on the body and the HTML, which I eventually want, but I don't want right now because it confuses me. And 25%. Actually, that's going to be, I think that's going to be 50 pixels because that's how tall my thing is. It's probably going to end up as 53 cube, but for now it's 50 pixels. And then I have to move it over and down. So it's going to be over 100, 100 pixels. That's too far, but that's okay. It's going to be down 100 pixels. And that's too far, but that's okay. It's going to be down 90 pixels because I measured that. That's not 890, just 90. Okay, this is going to be 70. It is too wide and slightly too far over. What is that number? 60? 65? Now it's too wide, so this is going to be, that's 300 pixels, 250 pixels, 60, 70, 270 pixels. There's that one. Okay, now I'm going to style the body. The body is currently not inheriting that background. Now it is inheriting that background. The problem is I have this. All right. Ta-ta-ta. Yeah, that's the problem. Seth had this same issue, and he styled the body on yesterday's. He had to use another variable to clear that. I think I'm just going to cheat and put that there and put this here. By Seth, I mean Seth Coons. Seth centers the div on YouTube. Margin 0. We'll put that in the right place. I could adjust it. I don't know if it's worth it. We'll see. If I end up with a good solution, maybe I'll take that out and play with numbers. But for now. I'm just going to leave it. Now, I'm going to add another element that's going to be a paragraph tag, because I don't know why I wouldn't use a paragraph tag. Just one for now. Select that with CSS. Give it a height of, I don't know, let's start with 100. So there's that. What if I make it 200? It goes off screen up. What if I make it 150? Still off screen up. What if I make it just 50? 20. No matter what I do, it goes off screen up. That's weird. 70. Outline 1 pixel, solid 90. Am I getting a repeat? Is that why it's doing that? 250. What if I make it 300? 290. That's strange. Alright, so let's do this. I'm going to position it vertically with a variable. So I'm just going to say var minus minus v comma 90 pixels. And then down here, I'm going to set v to 100. 200. Is that working at all? Let's get it back on screen by saying 80, 80, 0, minus 50. That gets it off screen. Minus 10, 0, 10 pixels. Yeah, I'm getting a repeat. That's what's going on. Okay, so let's make this taller, 200. Okay. 250. What if I just space this? Needs to be, it can be there. And then what if I make this minus 50? Nope, goes off screen again. What if I make it positive 50? 80, 100, and 50. Now we're getting close. 90. Okay. That's a little too far. This height I want to be a little different than that. I want it to be 280, 260, 260. Now let's make this 180. That's the right height. Now I need the width and position to both be different. So how do I do that? I'm going to say var w 270, and then here I'm going to say w 250 pixels. It's not short enough, but that's okay because it's in the wrong place. 30, 20s, 200s close. And then I'm going to say var h 65, and then h. It's going to be more 80, 5, 95, 100. Okay, that's positioned correctly. Now, I need to do another line. How do I do that? Well, I do that with another paragraph, I think. I'd like to not redeclare my background, but I don't know if I'm going to get away with that. Maybe. So let's do subsequent paragraph selector. It's the same height as the one I have now, but let's just move this here. Is it in the same place or is it different? I can't tell. Margin 10. Okay, it's down below. So margin needs to be minus 100. Nope, not enough. 200. 250. That's 500. That's not 250. 250. Like 500. 60. Now it's all the way to the top, which I'm not sure I want, but that's where it is. Actually, let's make it. Let's. Okay. Trade-offs. All trade-offs. Okay. Now, what can I do with this? I can change the. I can add another variable. I'm gonna have variables everywhere controlling everything all the time. So V can be, what if it's 0? If it's 0, it's there. If it's 10, okay? What if it's 200 and 10? Okay, then it's at the bottom. Now, H can be 0, and then it's off screen. H is 300, moves it over there. What does that actually look like? Okay, that's fine. Let's make it 350, 360. Okay. Now, that's controlling height, that's controlling width. Width, W. Clever. W. All right, so width on that one's 270, so width on this one needs to be 50 pixels. And now it needs to be over more, like 460, whoops, 440. Now it's too wide. So I don't know what it is. I can use this thing though. 180 to 210. It's 30. That looks right. It's, it's off. It's not in the right place, but I think it's the right width. 450. Turn the diff back on. 445. There's that. And now it needs to be taller. How do I make it taller? I make it taller by adjusting not that, but this. So that's going to be var minus minus, I call it T for tall. And minus minus T colon. Now I'm probably going to have to move it up as I make it taller, but that's okay. Right now the value is 50, so let's make it 100 pixels. And now I think it's pointing down, so let's make, that's horizontal, not height. This is vertical. Let's make it 200. Should actually be moving it up. Let's make it 100. Okay, now let's make it taller, 200. Now it's down further. Now let's make it 10. That's too much. So 50. Close. Let's make it 40. And now let's make it to 30. And get rid of the outline. And see if we have a match. Okay, I have 5 minutes left. That is a match. I have lots of stuff going on. What can I get away with doing something else on? Let's see. 270 pixels here for width, for W. Ignore what it is. 200 here, 30 here. So what's 270 pixels in M? 16.88. Perfect. Those are the kind of numbers I like. What others do we have? We have 50, which only gets reused, which only gets changed once. So it's not the best. We have V, which gets changed twice. What is 90 pixels in M? Probably also not my favorite sort of number. 5.63. And we have H, which is 65, which isn't going to be even. Whereas M, 4.06. Okay, all these are bad, but let's try one. 16.88 M. So let's make this 16.88 M. See if it's a match. And let's try, well, I know this one is going to be a 53Q. That's the best substitute for 50 pixels, I think. So let's do this one, 5.63 M. See if it's still a match. Okay. Now, instead of doing var v here, I'm going to make that go away. All right, this is 5.63 M is 90 pixels. V here is 180. So I need to say font. And I think I can say 50% A. And then here it's 40, which is going to be a weird number, 90. 90 divided by 40. It's 2.25. That's not the way I think I should be doing that math. 40 divided by 90, 0.44 times 16, 7.11. So here I'm going to try the font. Can I do it as a percentage? What was the percentage? 44%? I don't think that's the right number. I think I'm doing something wrong. Well, we'll see how wrong I am in just a moment. A. All right, let's get rid. Nope, I need that. Let's get rid of that. And this. Okay, nothing's working. Beautiful. That's okay. Let's make this 20. Okay, that's moving the other thing. Let's make this 70, 90, 190, 180. Is it not down far enough? 95, 97, 98, 200. Okay, 200. And then this one is going to be 30, 40, 42, 43, 44. Yeah, so I did the math on this one exactly backwards, and I was actually correct on this one, which is odd. Okay, that's still a match. Now, this one I also did in M. I don't know why I did them both in M. That doesn't make any sense. What is 16.88 M? Mm, 15 line heights. H. That should still be a match. Okay, now W. Let me get rid of the V's first before I confuse myself. So the V's are no longer used. Now, 15 line heights. And I'm almost out of time again. I'm going to close that before it makes a big noise. I'm going over today again. Welcome to my world. W, 15 line heights. What is 200 pixels in line heights? 11.1. How does that help me? I don't know how it helps me. What is one line height by default? One line height is 18 pixels. Right, I remember that now. So if I need 200 divided by 18, it's 11. So I'm going to put a slash here. 110%, maybe. And let's get rid of, wait, before I do that, I'm talking W. W is 30 here. So 30 is going to be, I think I'm doing this wrong. Let's just put a number in. 100%. And then let's get rid of W. Okay. That's okay. It's a mess. I'm surprised that didn't change. Oh, I'm missing a slash. There we go. 20, 30. Looks close. 32. Nope. 29. 28. 28 looks, well, it's not going to match. All right, this one needs to be 70, 50, 40, 5, 1, 2, 1.5. Nope. 2, 3, 2, 2. Is it too short or too long? Slightly too long. 41 makes it too short. So let's try it in pixels. What is that going to be? 100 pixels. That's too big. Okay, 70, 50, 10, 20, 10, 15, 14. That was supposed to be 14. 13, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3. That's a weird artifact. 0.35. That doesn't work. There. Not a match. Can I do it in cues? 14.1. I see nothing visually there. Sometimes the diffs don't match front end, back end. Nope, not a match. One, one. Not a match. 2, 3. Not a match. Not a match. Not a match. Still not a match. Oh, maybe it's this one up here that's not matching. At certain zoom percentages, it's the top one. The 100%, that looks awful. Okay, things are getting worse. I'm going to revert that until that var comes back to working, assuming there's that much in the stack. There we go. Now, oh, things are broken because of that. Okay. So what are 15 line heights again? Let's do 90 VH. And let's see if we can use that somewhere else, like here. 65 pixels is 4.06. Nope, I don't want M. I want line heights. 3.6 line heights. 3.6 LH. And that is var H. So we're going to get rid of H. Okay. Now, this should be less. 90, maybe it's 88, 87. That looks right. This thing, who knows where this is? Let's try 10. Try 1. 50. Let's do it in pixels. 50 pixels. What is H? Oh, H is a big number. 200. 400. And 50. So it's 400 divided by, it should be right around, it should be on screen for 100. There it is. You have to actually type 100 if you want 100. 130. This is going to be big adjustments. 120, 2, 3, 4, 3.5. It looks right, but the last one looked right too. Okay, that's a match. So now I can get rid of what? H? I can get rid of H. All right, we're going to call that good enough. Well, I'm going to do some unit replacement. 230 pixels. Best is 230 pixels. I might be able to get away with Q. Let's try 243 Q. 30 pixels is 10 VH, which is just as long. 32Q, let's try. 200 pixels is 50 VWs. What else can we get rid of? That's all okay. I can get rid of the space there. I can't get rid of the space there. I don't think I can get rid of the word space. Nope. I can get rid of spaces there and here. And then we're just going to minify and go on. I have an extra blank line in there, which I'll clean up in a moment. There it goes. 231. Not going to win any awards, but an interesting challenge. I'm going to stop recording and go away so you guys can do something else. Thanks for watching. See you next time.